Hey guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do a spirit talk. I know things have been kind of crazy. Well, the world is crazy. So, but anyway, it's I got a war room. It's a mess, but I've got a lot done. My story is definitely not over. It might just be beginning. I kind of had to shed some things, but spirit probably the last read is actually very important. Now I had 3 reads on the case of little Julia who wants she could be Madeline McCann, she could be this is not the first time something like that has happened in life. We know sometimes sadly young girls and or even boys, things happen, they're taken, maybe they return, maybe there is cases, and I know some people say, well, you're wrong, right? Everybody, how do we know? That's what we're going to have science for. Okay, I could be, and I'm like, I could be witnessing a miracle, but it isn't wrong when I stamp my phone, and the spirit's okay with this when I do that, because 1, there is something in that moment that happened. 2, there is something that happened all over the world that is beyond just our little girl, because sometimes 3, Spirit has a huge lesson to teach that I didn't see coming. Now, but I want to say before I talk, I promise to keep a few secrets, but I'll give a little bit of a peek, a little bit of a hint, but I'm not going to show my hand. They're okay with that. I have to keep secrets or it's not fun. Just like, the Celtics, magic, if we're going to use indirect methods on some things, you don't want to talk about all of it. It ain't fun. And that's what kids do. You could say, inner child kids do. When it's, you got to worry about the ones who believe in magic and are a bunch of little inner children. Okay, because not only do they believe it, they can make it happen. Adults and stuff, they can do all that. Oh, but no, the ones who are mischievous little kids who maybe have some Irish roots and are all about shenanigans, that's what you got to watch out for. And that's why maybe, the gods know I'm crazy, but they freaking like me because they're like, yes, mama, you may have this look that's bold enough to step out of the house with pride shit and uterus is flipping everybody out. They love it. They love it that I'm colorful enough and I'm willing to risk things and be ridiculous. But then somewhere in there, what's operating is sometimes, it depends. Sometimes I'm an angry mother and sometimes I'm a mischievous little child that's up to shenanigans. And that's why I'm very effective. And then I'll come back to reality and I will talk about some things that I learned. But sometimes I do learn, maybe just being wise and just going among the phantoms. And I that's what Della liked to call them, phantoms. But then God forbid, when you don't see, and I'm being that mischievous child and I'm about shenanigans and I'm about, throwing things off. And because I know this is the Matrix, I know it's a game. And I ain't going to say I'm going to reveal the designer. Some of you all know, and some of you don't. And why give it up? No. We don't do that. It's not fun. It's not fun. You got to figure it out. But yeah, I will say, the Irish are very freaking good at shenanigans. Okay? And there's a lot to learn, but there was a moment, I would say my inner child had to speak because I opened my big mouth when I was bugging the teacher. I do this a lot. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got to plug. Oh, we don't need to plug it in. That's okay. I know I got to plug it in. Like I said, I don't reveal my hand. But, I was, sometimes I make videos and record and send, and I don't know if he's watching or not. It really doesn't matter. He's a mirror. Everybody, Ram Dass had his mirror. He has his guru. It's a mirror. He understands that. He knows he exists, but even if he dies, he's still there. That's my mirror. And that's why he's got him on the altar, because, you take it down, it's fucking sad. Okay, and I understand that. That's kind of like, okay, so what is Ram Dass? Is he the child going, that's my fucking mirror. If I take it down, I'm fucking miserable. I have nothing to be happy. Oh, there's my mirror back. Thank you, God, because that makes me realize, and I want to do shenanigans, and I'm going to bounce off that, and I'm going to get pissed off at that, but if that mirror is gone, it fucking sucks. Who do I have to talk to? Because nobody in the world understands me better than that. Okay, so that's why he goes, be here now. Not only, I got to be here, but you too. You gonna sit here, and I don't care if you're real or not. I'm about shenanigans. You understand Ram Dass a little bit better? Why he's got that? That's his teacher. He needs that. or it's not fun, and it speaks sometimes inside, but, it's nice when sometimes maybe it'll write something or give a sign. He needs that. If he takes it down, it's fucking lonely. It's like, I'm just a kid, but no, I need that fucking mirror. We need mirrors. Just like sometimes you need to watch a video. There's a mirror there too, but then there is that ultimate mirror. No, you be here now, damn it. And you'll do anything. You're fucking around. What are we going to do? I'm going to make it happen. And then you're just going to dig. What can I do? To make that thing, what, and then you go, oh God, what if it's not real? What if it's dead somewhere? What if I've been talking to myself and I'm just a little kid in the universe? And then you understand maybe why Jesus or, and everything went crazy and we had a big bang. No, I need mirrors. I need a fucking game. I need something to do. Can you imagine, there is a true thing. I don't remember what case. I sometimes missing children, there are crimes. But there was one where it looks like, there was a child, mysterious dies, and there's a mother, and, they go in. But there was something, I think all of this is always bad. All of this is always bad, guys. But there is something that when I heard this story, now I don't remember which one, I can't remember the name, but I know what was missing in the house. And it was really weird. There was like about 2 or 3 kids, one dies. And the cops walk in, they're taking a story, they're doing. But they noticed something was not there. And you know what was? Not there in this house. And it's usually in every house. Even some of the worst of the parents will have it in the house. What am I talking about? I mean, you got babies, you got kids, you got toddlers. It should be in every house. Even some of the worst parents who got problems, who maybe go down and drink and do drugs and do things, it's in the house. Toys. And it stunned me. There was something about that. There was no toys in this house. None. And I'm sure when you hear that, you'd be like, yeah, because, moms, and yeah, but at least I could go in my room and play with toys. Can you imagine a child that maybe a mom's just but they have no toys. Maybe, what do they watch TV? What do they do? They maybe go in their fucking head, yes. Just, pretend hide and seek is maybe the most they could do, but it sucks with no toys. And it might be one of the only, now there's other sad stories could break down. There's another sad one. But a child not having toys or something to do, imagine. There are kids that had tough, but to be able to pretend, to make believe, to play with toys, to play games, even have an imaginary fucking friend. Hey, we all did that. I mean, but, it wasn't, I had friends, but I could walk in my room and everything was magic. I mean, my mom, she probably I'm going to be in my room, and I could, for hours, I was the easiest kid because I entertained myself. I don't know. I just did all kinds of fucking shit. The dolls, and I would talk to them, and I'd be ridiculous. It doesn't matter. But she's the easiest kid. She just goes, yeah, exactly. And I was totally content, happy. There's no thinking twice. Let me sit there and play Barbies, and I could tell stories and do shit. I'm the easiest fucking kid. I'm going to go in my room, have fun. And I'm fucking playing, because I had all this stuff. Maybe that's why I got all the fucking stuff, to have fun. I can make videos and send it, and maybe people, that's fine. It's fun. Okay, so having that little inner child, that's not, let's do cards, let's do this. Yes, I'm a 54. Yeah, I'm fucking aware. I still want to do the learned lesson, this, that, but we don't want to lose the magic. And that's why, like, say, for instance, with Doreen, the fact she turned on all this and it's fucking sad. Except there's so many cards. I'm ridiculous. God, I'm not addicted to drugs. And sometimes addicted to coffee. I did drop the wine. But fuck, cards? Oh my God. Oh my God, no. I gotta have them all. Just like a little kid that collects Pokemon. I'm ridiculous. And so, we'll get this out. Oh, it's fucking fun. Kids do it. Why can't I? It's like when I bought, my son Yu-Gi-Oh! As a matter of fact, there was there's a connection. You don't forget. He was shy. And they were doing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels. And I go, here's a deck. I want you to learn this and go duel. Have fun. And he started getting confident. And then the school said, you can't duel anymore. And it's okay. So he did it after school, but he, I could see his little self, he's real shy, but then he, have that deck, and you could see the Leo, and you see it coming out. And I'm like, that's it. That's it. It's amazing what a deck of cards can do. And that's before I became a tarot reader. It's amazing that it can open a world. It can actually give you some fucking confidence, And reading, I know it's serious, but yet I know I'm playing with a system that is designed, by somebody, that if you learn it, oh, fuck, is it kind of a game? Well, to get some fucking answers, yeah, it's like Trivial Pursuit. Shit, I got, boom, 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 here, let's get some answers. It's fucking, it can be absolutely fascinating, especially, how'd you know that? I did magic. I don't know. Okay, spirit, magic, whatever. But and that's why people say, well, I don't need cards. I'm like, are you fucking, it's fucking fun. Not only that, but, it gets me off the reflection, and it actually can tell stories about past lives and history and energy. Those planets tell tales when you're centered on planet Earth. That maybe other things can't. And it's, and I know I say, well, you have to believe that that's the point. Look at your chart. Look at where you're powerful. Look at, you can make it just, this is some of my, let's be the power. And that's why I say you're not necessarily fated. You could be the good guy or the bad guy. Just like, Manson, he could have been a preacher at a church leading to salvation, or what he was. It's out there. It's not limited. If any, thing there's potential, if you activate the planets, what you can be. And so when people say, I don't need, oh shit, but I can open a door and open a world, and maybe that person will also pick up decks. I really want to learn that. Hence why some do tarot class. And then now the tarot's going to take over, and it's going to open a door to mythology and all kinds of shit. Hence my point. Why limit when I can teach something that could show them their potential and open doors that could open them to other lands? What about roots? Now we're going to talk. Now, even, when bouncing off the teach, I'm having my Ram Dass, and I'm doing that. Yeah, he's getting on my nerves and stuff. And I don't know, I just, I pulled a luck card, and I'm recording. I know I'm going to send it. I know he's going to be ridiculous. And I'm like, I don't believe in luck. Well, that awakened all the other world. That awakened all of the Ireland. My dad's standing there in the middle. He's like, I came back from 2 wars. What the fuck are you talking about? And then then Brigitte's like, I got the fire. What excuse me. Now I've been waiting for this, but what did you just say? And then I sit there and I'm like, it's kind of hard to argue. Yeah, he came back from 2 wars. And I know there's some tales in there. And I know St. Paddy's Day would be a big thing. Don't forget to wear green. Yeah, I got the Irish. And I wear the green, and, but that here I am. Oh, shit, but that's okay. I needed the lesson, because some of you all forget your roots, and in your roots, there is magic. And so one of the things, of course, and then you go a little further, and then you could possibly find your inner child and stuff. Now, I want you to look at that featured video. Remember my featured video? If you guys have been visiting, I had that see-through glass darkly. And I have a little bit of a chess match, and I got some ass, and I got some weird stuff. I know in pretty much every good story, you wouldn't even bother watching a movie if it's boring. But, when you got a protagonist and an antagonist, it's kind of cool. It's what makes you pick up a book. It's what, Star Wars and all that, right? I know when it gets real life, it gets ugly, okay? But fantasy. So maybe when some of these things, whatever you want to call real life, it's all a dream. Somebody's designing some of this. Are we just characters in a somebody's dream, Buddhist dream or whatever? Maybe even Jesus's, whatever you want to say. Or they're in us, we can feel, and we know, we want to, becoming real and being real, we say. But touche, my friends, do we ever achieve that? And, if we do, then what? When it's over, what do we do? Get a job, right? It's not fun. So anyway, and we know the answer. You got a job, and what happens? The magic dies, and it's fucking over, and you stop listening to music, and you start hating each other, and you get a divorce. And then you raise your kids, and you barely got any stamina to teach them about just go watch TV, put on that Disney movie. And maybe when you do that and you're just going off lifeless, that kid is looking, oh shit, this is, like when I kind of sat down, West Side Story, oh my God, something hooks you. And maybe when I go in my room and they're fucking miserable, oh, it's a magical world, bibbity bobbity boo. Okay, that's the thing that gets us through life. But then, if magic becomes real, it gets really insane. And it's like, oh shit! Let's fucking rock this. Okay, so I feel bad for anybody. So let me explain some things. Roots. Thank you for going back. Now I know there was a movie called Roots. I know that's a deep one. That's a, and then some people, I don't watch it. Oh, that's too bad. Roots are important. Roots are important to everybody. And I feel bad. And this, African American people want to know roots, absolutely. And when people try to cut off and do this, and obviously Native American, we've heard about those boarding schools. And I know I don't want to depress you. I'm gonna try to go easy, because then I'll rage. I will rage, and everybody's gonna get upset. Okay, I know roots are important. So when anybody comes in, let's cut off roots. Let's give them another religion. They can lose their magic. Even, St. Patty, in Ireland, it's grafted in. It's a wee bit different. It's at least not as brutal as, like, say, the Aztecs, and obviously things with Africa and all that. There's sadness in that. There's ugliness in that. Okay, but roots, but when people get to their roots and they start digging a little bit, like say, the 23andMe, hence DNA activation. Here we go. That's DNA activation for a lot of light workers. I guarantee you that was the perfect light worker activation. Snap! That's probably why Spirit said, do it now. That's it. That's the big lesson. Now we have this little girl who is crying, I want to know my roots. I want to know my family. So I knew there's something big, and forgive me, Julia, I'm not trying to use you as an example. If anything, a child will lead them to a deeper lesson. And I raged a little bit, and Spirit's like, I understand your anger, pull back, we can always show it later. But you could understand the pain. I want to know where I come from, my roots. I could be this girl. Obviously, if we just strip back, whether DNA will answer it, because the parents of Madeline will do it. But she wants to know her origins and where they come from. We want to know who we are. So imagine, I'm cut off and I don't know. Now you know how a lot of people feel. Maybe African Americans who lost, I don't know what area of Africa I came from. And maybe the 23andMe doesn't lead them. And it's always I want to know more about my roots. Even me as Irish, I know, there's some things I know a little bit. I definitely know my dad's parents were Irish and came here, and he's born here. Okay, but they were 100% Irish roots. I'll go over there. You know what I'm saying? And then my mom had the Swedish, which is still very connected. So I've got a lot of that there. And then I also, a father of kids, they luckily know some. There is also Native American as well as African. There is Blackfoot, and there is an area nation. I even said it to my kid. It's still there. And then roots. So roots are important. Knowing who you are. Even little Lee, who I mentor. I ask her. When I'm talking to her, I know she's got some stuff here, but what tribe are you from? Yes, she's got Native American roots. She's got Hopi. She knows, even though she's been an orphan. She has been kind of an orphan. She was like adopted, but somewhere there, she found her roots. She does know them. Some of these paper, I know I'm Hopi, and I know I'm a tribe, and I know I have a chief. Oh, she lucky. So even though this poor little one has been adopted out, she knows that. So her identity, I feel powerful because I'm from a Hopi tribe. Okay, so imagine, even when you're an orphan and you're, oh man, I'm just out here on my own, and I've never cried, but I have roots to the Hopi. That's powerful. Imagine if she didn't know that. She would feel like, who am I? I'm no, she's like, that's the one thing she kind of grasps on. I have that. And that's powerful. Wow, I have something historically that connects me. And maybe I can awaken inside and rock this life. Okay, so see, even that, her poor little self. I've always seen her kind of as a stray cat. My poor little stray cat out there trying to make it and get her heart broken over and over, but something that fire, that passion, the reason why she's still here, maybe there is a spirit of the Hopi that is in her that goes, girl, you ain't going down. Come on, yeah, warrior. Okay, so roots are important. So this whole DNA activation, what could it be saying? I know we talk about, star seeds, and I definitely know, I was like, snap that, and it's suspended in time, and it's in my community for you guys to witness. And yes, because Spirit, now you look up there, do you see a little bit through glass darkly? Because my featured video, yes, it comes from Scripture. But I only gave part of the scripture. For now we see through glass darkly. What comes before it? Well, I'm going to have, I can do it here. What am I saying? But this is the important one. So I gave half the story. Just, everything is with intent. And I'm always tuned into spirit because they will reveal as they do, but they ain't going to show everything. Here we go. I'm going to give you the full scripture. Hold on. Because I gave you, the kind of the scary one, right? For now we see through glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. And then, and now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Okay, and this is something that I talk about in my reads. Even if I'm reading on your relationship or your job, I'm going to throw in gratitude and giving. This is important. That is 1 Corinthians 13, 11 through 13. You got some 13 in there. Okay, so you got that, but there's an 11 in the middle. Pay attention. Numbers are important. Now, what is the beginning? I only read part. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, or you could even be woman, we'll just, I don't think God minds, I put away childish things. For now we see through glass darkly, but then face to face, now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known, and now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three, but the greatest is charity. Now I've given you more of a bigger picture, and then you look at that. I came and I put you with the face of something, if you watch my vid, do you remember? It was a tough one. Because we're looking, the way our eyes are as an adult. And the way you kind of look and, what is the darkness, this judgment, right? Okay, why do we do this? We're really looking at our own face. Always our own thing, it'll project onto stuff. We're all mirrors, guys. So let's if I'm going to speak to a mirror, let me speak beautiful things. Let me look for the beauty. Now I know the empath, and sometimes we I tell them you got to be careful, because one of the things they do, they have a habit of seeing the beauty, the potential, the spark. Even if others don't see it, that's actually a beautiful gift. And maybe if they keep speaking to that spark, it'll happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen and the poor empath gets beat down. But you know what? I will tell you, the empath is going to, in the end, even though if they get their heart broken, beat down, suffer, because Jesus, that's exactly what he did. Or others in history that were speaking the light and just showing the heart and got beat down by darkness and stuff. Somewhere in the interim, no matter what, the empath is going to come out the shining and they're going to get the star in the sky. Okay, so now I've got that. And you're looking at a video I made 13 years ago. 13. Woo! Yes. I made it years ago before I even started this. It was one of the first things I did. Yeah, it's just kind of coincidence, or maybe it was time. And I didn't even see it. And then I'm like, that's brilliant. I didn't even think about it. Because at first, I want you guys to understand we're mirrors. I know this lesson. I've known it forever. Okay? But I also, I want to show you something beautiful. I really don't want to bring you down and make you feel bad about yourself. I certainly don't. If anything, I want you to remember yourself. That's why sometimes I put that music on. I put some warnings, but I want you to remember something beautiful that is in you. And one of the things, even in my profile, you're all welcome to visit it because I got some public posts. Hey, it's Ellen Gillen on Facebook. Go look at some of the stuff I'm posting. Sometimes I'm a little mad, but sometimes I'm just putting in some old stuff. Maybe some 80s shows. What about The Breakfast Club? Some Kind of Wonderful. Pretty in Pink. Do you remember these? My 80s friends? You remember how they made you feel? Did you go see Purple Rain? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Man, everybody seemed to get along. And I even found a video in my old high school. I'm like, check this out. We all got along. We had little cliques and groups, and we were different. Guys had hair like this, eyeliner, and more shit, and maybe a ring with a cross, and they would rock. And people were like, oh, he's kind of girly, and he didn't fucking care. He listened to, Poison Weapon, and he's smoking, and he thinks you're a jerk. But, he's going to be cool. He's like, you don't understand. And then we had little mod people, and they were in The Cure, and they had, spikes and everything. And then we had Duran Duran people and all that, and people dressed like Madonna. It was fucking fun. We were all different, but we had fucking fun. And we all kind of got along. Well, sometimes you bounce off the cheerleader stuff, but we didn't do the whole, thing. And we read the book, The Outsiders, and we know the preppies and the greasers, and we root for the greasers because they're the underdog. Okay, this happens all the time. Okay, and then we have Grease, and we could say so. But anyway, the point is, but when we're younger, we're different. But then as we grow up, here comes the man, and it's bringing us down, and we're full of rage, and we're frustrated. We're frustrated with the job, the system, the politics, everybody trying to control. So we got to blame whose fault is it. And they do that, to mess with, to create conflict, to get you to do things like vote this way, do that, do that, do that. And they want you to forget yourself, forget your roots and all of it. And maybe even forget your magic. But God forbid if somewhere you just go, oh, I just want to unplug with this matrix and maybe you do something crazy. Like I'm going to go take a trip to, and one of my mods, it isn't my thing, because we're working on that journey, went to Egypt and shit. A trip to Egypt can fucking change. But there are still ways if you can't get out, you can journey within. Cards, there's ways of journeying within. And you'd be like, what? No, you can. You should see my fucking house. It's ridiculous. And that's probably why the inner child goes, let's fucking do this. This is fun. Yes, I try to be the cool mom. I've always been, I'm not easy. The kid knows sometimes the other side is kind of a mess. But, people are like, that's a cool mom. She's got cards. She's got that. Yes. Or goes outside, ridiculous shirts and colors. Yes. I don't want to be a drab-ass mom. I don't want to be the boring that just disappears into the woodwork and fucking nobody ever knows me. Let's be fucking, not even cool, but with something maybe to say. Okay? So people don't stand up for themselves. Being a Karen is not being a cool mom. That's it. I'm not going to wear a mask. Fuck off, Karen. That's not what we're talking about. Let's support things that, that show your spirit, not your ugliness. There's a difference. Wanting to take down a 16-year-old because you're upset. Everybody's taking too long and they're really busy. And that's not the spirit of this. This is the spirit that'll take you down. I might pull up my camera and mock you and talk about you and about what an ass you are. See, that's my freaking spirit. Let's do fucking shenanigans with that and make fun of it. And then talk about the moral of the story. Not that I'm better, but and that's why I'll do the mirror. Sometimes let's look at this. Instead of me, let's look at this, and stuff. And then you guys see, like say, they're old people talking weird, about politics. See this? Look at this. And then people like, if you agree with that, why? And sometimes, I'm just trying to wake you up. But I want you to remember yourself. When you were in high school, would you have been this? When you saw your parents talking politics, weren't you fucking bored? And you went in your room and you played some fucking Poison or White Snake or Scorpions or maybe Madonna or maybe Prince. And they're talking about boring shit. I'm gonna fucking, and you talk to your friends, you had that clear phone or like, let's go out, let's go dancing this weekend, let's sneak out and I'm gonna climb out this window and go do something. While they talk about shit that we have no interest in. So when did we become our parents and our kids? And then, and then the parents are like, kids nowadays, oh, fucking no. And they're looking at you like you're fucking just, you're boring. You're getting online bitching about politics, Twitter, and you're siding with this, that. Oh, no, fuck. It's a struggle. So, and then the kids are on TikTok going, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. So, anyway, how did I get on this tangent? Okay, so anyway, so as you kind of see, wow, there's some color. That looks like that's from India, right? And you probably didn't see that coming, but look at how much fun they're having. They're having fun. It's very colorful, and it looks like a bunch of people enjoying an inner child. And that's why, I spent, I think maybe it's 6 or 9 minutes, I don't remember, but it's really I want to do that. I can't remember the exact day that, but Holi in India is obviously kind of, that fun, Krishna Radha. Remember, have a good time. It's holy and it's holy. Have a good time. So this put away childish things we think is what we're supposed to do, but fuck, we lose ourselves. And then you wonder why you're miserable, empty, sad, but not the cool kind of emptiness that has the potential that, you have happy Buddhas. This, ugh. This is, just like when I'm sitting at the job, you guys know I unplug. I'm happy to do videos that talk about spirit. I unplug from the matrix. And yes, today when I'm doing all this stuff, I got the ex who brought me a shitty gift on Christmas. He's like kind of throwing out, doing the same old shit. Just reaching out. That's fucking nice. I'm still ignoring. And I'm not trying to be mean here, but I just don't want to talk. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm not going back to that. Go back to, to those empty conversations. Why? Because when I want to talk about maybe some deeper things, maybe some of the magic or experiences I'm going through, he doesn't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to hear about that spiritual stuff. I don't want to hear about, I'm not saying I want to talk about all my readings. And and then he talks about fucking, politics and Trump and boring shit. I understand, but I'll be listening about deep things like, Mom, I'm that good listener. It's the healer, But then when I want to maybe talk about things that are going on in here, shut me down. I don't want to hear about that stuff. And that's why I'm here and he's blocked. And from everything, and he's on my business page reaching out and I won't answer. Because why are you on my business page? This is where, I've got a lot of spirit here. I've got, now you didn't want to know what's on the inside. So now you're knocking. Well, you had a long time. I tried to be open about some things that, are going on the inside. You see a little bit of spirit here. And now you want to, I just reaching out and it's like that too little too late. Because you had 12 years where maybe I wanted to talk about something deeper. I even offered, hey, let's go to that spiritualist church. And nah, okay, well, that's why he's out there. Okay, and it's very sad that there is something inside me that knows me more. Okay, or maybe even a mirror that, I may not, I may know this one face to face. That one's down under, and Aussie knows me more than that in my business page, which I saw and went over many times. But because we're not want to talk about what's going on in me or let me express myself, and every time I want to talk about some of the inner, which is who I am, is always I don't want to talk about that, is why it's outside on my business page once in a while, knock knock, and it's like, no, I ain't going back. I ain't fucking doing that. Do you understand how empty that is? I am all this craziness and he don't want to talk about it. Oh no, I did readings, don't get me wrong. It's kind of funny he wants a reading, but then, I don't believe in that stuff. Well, that's why you locked out. I helped. I helped in a lot of ways. He, I sent a video and he found out. Shut out. Okay? So, as I say that, there's a lot of people out there. You've got a lot of magic in you. Okay? That's inside. And I know there are those of you who've had empty conversations that, you maybe you got that somebody's going to be a mirror and you want to talk about some deeper things. Maybe you're there and you're seeing and you're having that. And then you want to talk about this. Maybe you got the magic in you. You've got, be it man or woman, it works both ways, guys. I say this. Maybe you are, you're not afraid and you would love to discuss some deeper things and maybe talk about something deeper than this matrix garbage and complain. And maybe work together and do something, but somebody don't want to hear about it because they want to deal with this, and they just want to be a soundboard bouncing off you and maybe listen to some basic shit about them, but they don't want to know who you are. That's fucking sad. Okay, so what am I, a dinner partner of this, that? If you don't want to know about what's going inside and you won't even let me express my tell, I don't want to talk about that spiritual stuff. Well, the spiritual stuff is exactly who I It is, at my core. If I am turned inside out, maybe this room, it's a little messy on the bed, but all these cards, it's all in me, and more. And then, as I'm sitting here for the last, month and a half, bouncing off the fucking mirror, who's the teach, which, like I said, Ram Dass, you ain't leaving. Oh, you dead? There goes your picture. You ain't leaving. Okay, we stomp our foot. No. Because, you're dead, but you're more real than that. Fucking knock it. No, you know me more. Okay, that's just the way it is. When you find that perfect fucking clear mirror. And maybe I could be that for my little cat army, as I call them. People don't understand why I call them that. Never mind, they know. And maybe when I'm dead and gone, they could go, oh yeah, I remember that crazy fucking lady. That sent me gifts or did that or helped me find myself. And, it's not about being worshipped. It's not. It's just, because they may find, what if she wasn't real? They're going to have that, what if she's in me somewhere and she just mirrored it back? Okay, this obnoxious, exactly, that's fine. Okay, so see, that's the point. It's all freaking dream. We're all dreamers dreaming. Okay, look at the mirrors. We all are. So maybe I reflect when you watch it. Yeah, there's something in me that it's coming. I'm trying. Okay, so the message here is knowing your roots is important. Especially. So I want you to understand, as we got poor little Julia, I guess that's why I went, fucking rage. Because I'm lucky, I know my dad, I know there's Irish. I know, and there's some genealogy, and I know some stuff. And I had great-grandparents that lived to be in their 90s, and they were together from about roughly 17 on. Okay, until the 90s together. Can you imagine? People don't do that as much. So they spent about, what was it, almost 80 years? Or 70, geez, I haven't even lived that long. You're with the same person. That's awesome. Oh, God, we all want that. But some people want, I'm bored with that face. Let me get, you're fucking done. But anyway, roots. So yes, anybody, let's try to cut off root. There's soul there. There's magic there. Now, also the other thing, when you cut off roots, you may have mythology and history and tales, and they inspire and then they awaken something. Like even when I sat there, I don't believe in luck, and here they come in, and I've been there. Don't think I haven't read the tales or journey. Do not get me wrong. Okay, when I'm doing this India, and they're like, well, we kind of sent you there to learn something. Now, see, that's the other thing. Let's talk about this part. Just bear with me. And I know, the Christians, they go, oh no. And I'll be like, well, how do you know? You have no evidence. There's a black hole in the story of Jesus. It cuts off about 12. He's sitting on the steps and he's kind of waxing a little bit of scripture. And there was a point maybe defiant with Mary, because everybody, he probably did do shenanigans. Okay, but it just, I'm sure there was shenanigans if he was a kid. There always is. Okay, maybe that comes later. Who knows? But from about 12 to about, I believe it's about 30, there is a gap in time and then he kind of walks, and there's John the Baptist, and someone's coming greater than I. There he is. What did he do for 18 years? What did he do for 18 years? That's 18 years. And that's about how long I've been with this one from down under. Roughly 18 years, and I know it's going to get real, because that's usually when, you're born, and then you kind of graduate high school, right? I get it, I understand, because somebody's dreaming this whole dream. Is it me, or is it something else? You know what I'm saying. I'm sure there is a creator. There always has to be someone higher than you. And how does I don't fucking know. I just know it. So anyway, no matter what, but we know there's stuff aside. We got an 18-year gap. What was Jesus doing? And I know some of you go, and I know everybody's going to want to fucking tell what he was doing and insist. And you don't know. And I don't either. But there is legends and there is tales and there is a mystery. Now, he wanted that way, I'm sure. But it sure makes you wonder, when I say that, stop, instead of saying, he had to. Well, instead he was a carpenter. You think if he is actually God incarnate, he's going to only just sit there and build shit. If I'm God and I'm going to walk the earth for maybe the first time, I'm going to get around, and I'm sure he walked more than that. Trust me, what if God is one of us, right? He's going to go around the world and he's going to visit. We know he went to Samaria, where other people are like, ugh. We know at least he went there. Okay, after he maybe got back from a journey. They had boats, they had fishermen. Obviously, he knew how to fucking fish. He knew how to calm the waters. He had to have been on a boat before. Come on, guys. And who knows, he probably got in a boat and he went all kinds of places. And there's tales. And he probably had a teacher. And you're like, you think he taught himself? You think he had to have, Buddha had a teacher? He had, he's in the palace and somebody taught him, these Hindu scriptures and everything. He goes out, he knows what to do. The ascetics, he had knowledge. But, the actual enlightenment is when you put it into practice. And then he's like, maybe, get away from this. But did he really, And so, but somebody did a post, and I probably should have charged it. Oh no, what am I thinking? I always say that. But somebody did a post. So this is, like I said, I'm not claiming to be an enlightened master, guys. Sometimes I'm shenanigans with a bad mouth, But just bear with. There is a post that somebody did, and sometimes people, and this is no offense, I swear to God, but sometimes kind of people come in and they say things, and there's little Madeline's picture. Okay, yeah, I know. I see, like, I even got Anastasia. She comes in. She's another little girl, not the one in the fire. She will, she'll show cards. She'll show toys. She'll show cats. And that's exactly why you could say me and Brandon Lee snatched her out of Lightworkers of the World. Let her be a child here. We keep her safe so she can show pictures, have fun, her makeup, her toys. We love it. Other people have been bothered by it. And I'm like, fuck off. Let her do what she wants, or I'll kick you out. Let her have a place where she can do childlike things. Because she's smarter than a lot of people who cut that part off. It's important. So give me a moment. But we still, and listening to music, oh, please. And that's another thing. But give me a moment. Somebody posted, I'm not saying he's wrong, but sometimes it's, there's, let me find the post. It's in here. Hopefully somebody didn't delete it, because sometimes they misbehave, children, and they need to be scolded. But then I will do the mischievous child. You never know what I'm up to. Okay, give me a moment. I want to find... Oh, there she... I know, that lady is funny. Okay, I'm going to recommend somebody in a minute, but let me get to... There it is. Okay, so this is somebody named Still Eagle, and, sometimes he likes to... And he says, life, past, and future. And he said, religion and some ideologies promise people something they already have in a natural form, and then he caps everlasting life, which is possible if you live wisely by the nature of rules of life. And I know why he's saying what he's saying, but he says, we and all other life are born in a heavenly paradise on this beautiful earth. So far, so good. I want you guys to know that too, and so does all the other gods, okay? Our living mother of all life, very good, who gives and shares life 100% with all life ever. Then he says, we are the life after death, the soul of our ancestors. You're going? Good. And then he says, DNA plus shared living knowledge. So far, so good. DNA, 23andMe, he's not wrong. He may be somebody that activated on the 23rd. Because I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that is the moment, the time, that. It was meant to happen that everybody activated. I've been reading articles. I've been going around. Okay? The DNA, get to your roots. Life and knowledge shared from one generation to the next while still alive, just like all of the life on earth. Okay? And maybe this is different. Okay, this is good. Or did you think you were better and had more rights than other life on earth? Thank you. I'm telling you, they're activating. And that little 23andMe, maybe, I knew it's bigger than just the Julia girl. And you see, played out by the world, I want to know where I come from. Hence why 23andMe can be very powerful. Knowing your, let me stand up, roots. And this isn't all. I got some sweet, but the roots of Ireland. Knowing that makes you feel good. Okay? Then you were fooled by the selfish greed living among humanity. Okay, now let me step back. We've all been fooled. We've all been fooled, we've all made the mistake. And stuff, and also some of you are making the primal consciousness mistake of sensing rope and seeing snake. You may see a rope, but you're reacting like it's a snake and you want to stomp the snake. It's only a rope. I'm just going to hint that. The primal consciousness mistake is sensing rope and seeing snake. I'm only going to say that. You go investigate if you want to know. Life was everything in human greed. This is not the same article. This is pretty good. Life was everlasting in human greed. For more than they need, but not fucked up. See, you don't think that these light workers are not going to have a potty mouth. And destructed the natural balance of life, this wonderful ecosystem we call life. Okay, this is not the same one. He's doing good. The living earth, the past and future of all life that lives by the natural living rules of life to life. Yes, okay. Humanity is the biggest plague. Let me stop here. It doesn't have to be. Let me stop here. Humanity is loved by Mother Earth. Ignorance. The primal consciousness mistake of sensing rope and seeing snake. Cutting off people from their roots, cutting them off from the earth, you forget yourself. So we all need to kind of ground. Why do we always say ground? To the spiritualist, ground. What are we grounding? To earth. Come back to earth because the earth will help you remember yourself. When the Buddha, who has done his battle with Mara, what does he say? I know three things can't be hidden: the sun, moon, and the truth. But when he's facing, his own foe and everything has been snapped down, and he said, who can speak for you? The earth is my witness. The earth is my witness. Of all the freaking lives, do you think you only had one? And was it America? You have been all around the world. All around the world. And there is a song, been around the world and I can't find my baby. What do you think that means? It could be the love affair, but whew, we want to find, maybe we want to find that inner child. And all of that did not need an elusive God. But yes, it did. Yes, it did, because that's part of the game. When you play games, it would be boring. Like I said, I know it's kind of crazy. I'm not saying the pain, but joy and pain, sunshine and rain, it's tough stuff. But boy, when you find yourself after you've been through and you fought, and you took on some dragons and this, that, and oh my God, I did it, versus, oh, I found myself. It's different. I know, oh man, there was the tragedy, the this, that, the Shakespeare, the Iliad and the Odyssey, and you got in a boat and you did this. Or maybe you went back home and you went to you visited Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee's grave. Yes, I got the proof. And then you went on the freaking, top of the space, where you were born and they're buried, and oh shit. There's some fucking magic in there. Okay, and I'm going to keep a few things to myself because I want to spoil things. Even for you, go find your magic. Do that fucking crazy thing like, okay, let me just, oh man, let's do something crazy like that. And start discovering where was I born? Who am I inside? We'll find out, dig, and go to your roots. So yes, you need to know. But the earth, where I come from, maybe these, like when people say, I want a past life reading. And I'm like, what about this life now? Well, let's talk about something. And then, but you'd be surprised. Oh, I was here, there. I see it's true to a degree. Now is all there is, but still looking back, there is power. I'm going to get to you. Hang on. And all of that did not need an elusive God, but it's going to make life interesting, and it's the way it is. But could be saved by sensible humanity, by taking responsibility for a suicidal past, from hiding behind, and this is where we go, from hiding behind human gods, prophet, priests. Okay, so let me stop there, and this is what I say. Maybe I don't know if I should say it. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Hiding behind gods, that's not wrong. They're not hiding, at least the way you think. Even Bible, Jesus says, ye are gods, so they're hiding in you and me. This is a dream, and we are all characters in an elaborate setup. I assure you, you are a character in a child's dream. Even Alan Watts said it's all a play. We are all actors on a stage. We can awaken and be lucid, but you forget your inner child, you give up your dreams. The point is to remember yourself, because the problem is everyone forgot that core part. And then as they became an adult, and it's a long way back to finding out who they always were, follow your heart. Now, I'm just going to leave it there. I feel Spirit is good with that. I'm about 47 minutes in. That is, it's crazy. Okay, you start off, a child, and you had a good fucking time. And maybe you had some real bad parents, but there's kind of a thing. Even the toughest of us, maybe, some difficulties. We could go out, maybe play, get away with friends. Maybe you had that best friend, and you go and maybe do shenanigans. Maybe you did stupid things that you shouldn't, and you got in trouble, and shit, and and I'm sorry, and whatever. But you did shenanigans, and you had fun, and so this, like. I know, at first we want to say, when people are attacking, we want to say they're acting like children. And I don't, you're bad kids, except, but really, the inner child sometimes feels, no, they're bad adults. They forgot what it's like to be a child. We got along. We had fun. We didn't care about, we didn't give a shit about this politics. We just wanted to play and have fun. So I maybe I have to stand corrected and say, instead of saying, yeah, you bad kids, I'd be like, oh, you bad adults. You forgot your little child and that you could be friends with each other, and I bet some of them, if I just pulled you all back to 5 years old, Did you care what anybody's color was or religion was? Maybe you noticed a little bit of difference, but it didn't bother you the same as it does now. Now, I'm very glad that, at least I will say the best of my ability, because I'm human, I try not to, look at someone and be, you know what I'm saying? But not because of skin, I won't. I will say that. That's just one thing that I won't insert into my aura. Okay, I care about the inside. And Spirit knows that. Obviously, I got the proof. I got, a very, the family. And I didn't, luckily I didn't have to go through too much, but there were times you get the look, you get this, that. It fucking happens sometimes. Luckily, my kids, when they went to school out here, really didn't have to deal with too much negative. There has to be some moments, but, they didn't have to deal with, and that's one thing I'm very fortunate. God, at least they didn't have to deal with people hating on them. Now, maybe if I went to certain states, it might be a problem, but here they didn't. And I'm like, I'm very fortunate. I know their dad had to deal with some things, definitely. He had fights at school. He dealt with some stuff. There were things, but his mom, he made it to the Eagle Scout. He made it all the way to the Eagle Scout. Because she put him in Eagle Scouts. So he, because she knew, and she got, get in sports, and she made him do those things. So he wouldn't get in trouble. Eagle Scout, and I know we could talk about the Boy Scout. There's some stuff, but he made it through. Thank God he made it through. He got to Eagle Scout unscathed with, some of them that get in there. Okay, he made it through. And he learned valuable lessons. Yeah, he made mistakes. He always had that crux for the ladies and partying and being the man. I know they fucking, sometimes they fucking do that. But there were still good things that, okay, now when it was time to be a freaking Eagle Scout, he came to the door and he got down to business. Okay. He did the ROTC. Yeah, he did that too. The only thing that stopped him from going to the military, knee injury. That's why he didn't go. He was not allowed. So see, he actually wanted to go to the military, but a football injury that put him down hard. And yes, he and went in the hospital. But you know what he did at the roof? He had, now, see, his best friend was named Sean. And you think, okay, he's African American. No, Sean was long hair, fucking stoner dude, little skinny guy. Okay, that was his best friend, and they did Shenanigans. Okay, I mean, he was long hair, skinny, hippie dude. That, they were best friends. And the parents were best friends. So see, you might think, oh, his best friend. No, that was his best friend. He was a skinny, like a, he listened, this is before Nevada. Okay, so I'm sure he did, the rock, the alternative stuff, the Sex Pistols. Now, you would think, little Sean, who's a little skinny dude, they tried to pick on him, the football. And I remember once, I talked to him, and you think that's the guy you fucking pick on. Okay, but this is probably why they did Shenanigans. Because, he's, and one day I said, did he get picked on a lot? I bet you had to back him up. And he looked at me. And this guy was maybe, 90 pounds soaking wet, long hair. He's cool, though. He's got heart. And he just kind of, he'd have, I fucking slammed my hand as I say it. He'd have the bong and he, that was, but he could fix cars, any fucking car. And he really liked VWs. He could fix anything. And that's where he went, anytime, give him some cash and they get high and he fixed his car and he did a fucking good job. So he always got by, and when he had a kid, he paid his stuff. So he's good people. But, one day, and I knew, he was, he there, they just enjoyed his fucking life. Live it. He's probably enjoyed it. It's fucking easy. He's Jeff Spicoli, 100%. But smaller, a lot smaller. Like Alice Cooper is not very big. 90 pounds soaking wet baby. But one day I just said, I bet you had to look out for him, because he's kind of, athletic. And he looked at me, he goes, Sean? He's like, are you fucking serious? And I go, what do you mean? 90 pounds soaking wet. Well, one day, some football player, guy, he's got his, little fucking jack. He's got the jacket and the letter, and he's like, yeah, he started his shit. He started pushing him around. Well, he's in the cafeteria. Sean had a fucking tray. Not to. He's like, because he was a little dude, he had to learn how to defend himself. You think he was only fucking getting high? I don't know what kind of rage, but he had it. He was always ready. Oh, you had it coming. You know what I'm saying? So they would do Shenanigans. But yeah, little Sean, he's like, what? And I'm like, no, seriously, he's a little skinny, long hair, kind of. Oh, fuck no. So somebody, if anybody ever picked out some of them long hair skinny dudes, said, oh, I said, but no, he would never go, like some of the, other cases. No, he'll use a tray. Let's just say that he wasn't, he wasn't a scumbag like, some of these, other cases. You know what I'm saying? He just there was no, oh, we're gonna pick on with that. He's like, oh, you messed with this, and stuff. And he's like, he probably all that music pumped him up. I'll just get this tray. Probably the Ramones, Rock and Roll High School, down with you, and stuff. But he got, he lived, Tulsa, he would go, he did his sales stuff, and he, and Sean just did it, did it his way. I'll fix cars and make money on my own, have my own thing, and get high. And then, shenanigans. Oh, but anyway, yeah, Tulsa, he football, he had a real bad injury. His mom was very upset, and she's like, you ain't going back to football. That was just the way it was. She pulled him out, and I know he was bummed, but she was right, that she understood, but before getting out of the hospital, him and Sean were up on the roof, rolling around in wheelchairs, doing shenanigans. Yes, they were. Let's go to the rooftop and do shenanigans. He's got a broken knee, but they were having a good ass fucking time. Okay, so even though, I don't, some people, you break your leg, and no, but they were up there doing shenanigans. Okay, so that's probably why Spirit likes, oh yes, that history, tell that fucking story. For one, stand up for yourself. Sometimes you never know, the little guy is really the real badass. And then let's go up on the wheelchair, on the rooftop and do shenanigans. Fucking live a little. Okay, and stuff. I get it. Don't be pulled into the Matrix and stuff, So anyway, but like I said, sometimes people come together that are very different, yet can have a good fucking time. Just like that, they're totally different. And I know the man may want to, no, man could mess with that. They were buds for life. They're up there on the rooftop doing shenanigans in wheelchairs. They don't give a shit about anybody down there in Phoenix. I promise you. Okay, they know it's bullshit. We're having a good fucking time. You guys are ridiculous. I'm saying, fighting, but still we'll stand up for certain things. Both would. Absolutely. For self and for each other. That's the way it should be, guys. Know your roots. Know your roots and know your friends. And don't stop being friends with your friends because the man got involved. Thank God the man never got to those two, and they could be best friends, and then, of course, he passed away, but they're always going to be friends for life. I'm sure they're having they can have a good time in spirit somewhere, doing shenanigans in wheelchairs. And just when you think they're a bunch of idiots, they're enjoying themselves. And everybody down there is freaking, I don't know, online bitching about stupid shit. Okay, going at each other and just fucking miserable, taking on each other. Fuck, they're up there doing shenanigans. Don't you want, I'd rather be doing that. And I guess that's why, let's mess this up. Let's have fun. Okay, so anyways, I say that roots are important, DNA activating, but what I'm also saying, Buddha, don't think in that dream, is some little kids and shenanigans and all kinds of stuff. So go, and anybody who's just only believing from one book, shit. That's sad. Don't you want, I got a little this, that, go investigate, go further. You're going to find you got gods and goddesses and fairies and leprechauns and all kinds of shit. Don't you want to know? Maybe go visit and feel the magic and oh shit. And let's go to Disneyland. That's fantastic. Go back to where you were born and start checking out. You might find there's a whole Disneyland there too. Hence the point, my friends. And then, but no, I'm an American. Hey, nothing wrong with that. This is an immigrant country. We want to remember that, except, the Native Americans, I'm sorry, own this land and it's all fucked up. Okay, but, and they have roots and you want, you fucking, let's not go there totally, but you know what, as they have important roots, respect, stop, stop trying to cut off everybody from roots, stop. What about your roots? Go investigate. Let's remember ourselves on planet Earth. Earth does not want us to forget where we came from or even many lives. It's our the witness. Okay? And you all messed up, I see that's why cards, when Doreen, oh God, you got all this light stuff, you got history, you got gods, goddesses. That's one of the points. Oh, the witchcraft. Oh, you're done. Oh, witchcraft. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Do you want to, you enjoy your job? Fuck, don't you want to have a little magic and fun? Harry Potter, no. Oh my God, it's awesome. Yes, I got the books. I read them myself. Of course I did. About the movies. I let the kids read. Are you kidding? Magic. It's like, there's no such thing. Oh, you're fucking wrong. Even Jesus, what was he up to? Healing people. He's up to shenanigans, I promise you. I bet he knew a lot. The Jewish people have the Kabbalah. They got, and I know, that's a, but I promise you. You blow out birthday candles and make a wish. Shut up. Shut up. And you don't even believe, I'll make a wish. Fuck, see what happens. Oh, you're fucking done. Wishes, let's go back to the important stuff. But look at, I fucking broke my pen. I'm trying to open the tarot deck. Broke my pen. Oh, that's a good pen. I like that. It's got glitter. I'm going to have to get another cool pen. Ah, darn. It's okay. It's okay. God. And yes, one of the things is, Spirit apparently, some of this unraveling, they want me to start writing. So I will. Matter of fact, maybe I'll stick one of them. Let me think about it. I'll keep it in my group. But I did share a story that I wrote some time ago, and I kind of think Spirit was like, yeah, I like that. But there's definitely a force that unraveled. I know it's like it should seem like Spirit wants me to read. Spirit wants me to still read, but Spirit may want me to write and actually go back to school. And I'm like, I'm 54. But, I don't stop there because I'm not an idiot. Okay, I spent a month and a half unraveling and a lot of weird shit happened. And then it's like, but that's intriguing. You've kind of got me fucking hooked. Maybe I should do something ridiculous and go to fucking school. There was a finger pointing not to any ordinary school, but a school with kind of an Indian flavor, you could say. And I'm like, that's fucking interesting. Maybe I should. And then here comes the dream, and I know, and it's like dream that you wish will come true. They've always known at my core I would love to write some books, because I know what they can do, guys. Like for instance, or even sometimes that talk, for example, and I'll pull cards in a minute, Joseph Campbell one day was doing a talking about mythology. This is on PBS. This is when we had maybe, 5-6 channels. Not what we do now. Please look up Joseph Campbell and some of his stuff. Hero, the hero with 1,000 faces or something like that. It's on the shelf, guys. It's hard to memorize it all. I have so much. In this room, it's a war room, but it's got knowledge and it's got a lot of fun. Just imagine if I was in this room and I had one book and no cards and I was a child with no fucking toys. Maybe I just sitting there with one book. That's all you got. Now that's better than nothing, but that's called prison. Okay. No, I'm going to make this into a magical room where I'm completely free. It's a room. No. It's a lot more than that. Okay. Yes. Getting outside, of course, but, this, when I'm in here, this is my, men have their man cave. Fine. They like to watch sports and have a beer. Totally understandable. I respect your man cave, sir. But in here, this is my woman cave, war room, magic room, happy room, love room, whatever. Charity is the most important thing. Out of that scripture, the biggest charity. What do you give? When do you give? When you get the call is on. When you give, I know Spirit knows, and I'm not, this is no bragging rights, and I'm not going to sit there and right hand, left hand this, but I do try to give back. I'm just going to say, whether free reading or sometimes gifts, they love that. Even give to myself, I feel inspired. Let me go buy a bunch of fucking Pink Floyd shirts, Wicked shirts, Cardinal shirts, but, the giving spirit goes a long way. I promise you. Even if, I'm going to go for broke. Shit, get them something. I am ridiculous like that. And I know that's standing at my door that brought me a shitty gift goes, oh, you spent a lot of money. It's like I'm fucking giving. I'm giving to myself, yes. Because I think I deserve it. It's called self-love. And then I give to other people. That's, you brought me a shitty gift and that's why you're locked out. You wouldn't let me fucking expose this, that's even worse. I got all kinds of gifts inside and you don't want to fucking see, so you stay outside of my business page staring at my fucking face that somebody made those graphics because they saw me as this magical person. I look younger, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and read some cards. 5 of Cauldrons. Okay, so we got that. So we're kind of looking at, is there, we got some empty cups lost. There is a rainbow bridge. Very important. Very important. There is a rainbow bridge from here to there, right behind the Two of Cups. Okay, even if I have little Julia as an example, like I said, I pulled back some of my rage. Mama Rage came in. Okay, my apologies. Maybe I'll bring it back later. I know some people, right, wrong, she's hurt, she's not, how do you fucking know? Let's just let the science, because I just feel Spirit's like, let science deal with it. But let's use it as a lesson. Roots. She wants to know who she is. And she feels that connected to her birth then leads to other things. Yes. Look at that. Somewhere over the rainbow. Now, on Earth, on Earth, maybe I will go to, like say, I will probably, go to, I would like to go to Ireland and visit. I'm definitely feeling the call inspired. When ready, I need to, because that can open a door of inspiration to kind of, because you know how it is. So you go to another state, maybe you stand on a mountain, it's not your normal home, or you just, I'm going to get away and I'm going to go, and you feel different. Hence why other lands do that. Or even, maybe I got Irish roots, but, Spirit, it is true. It's no lie. Like I said, Dad was stationed in India. I want you to go over there. You never know where Spirit leads. Just fucking go. Follow your heart. That's the white rabbit. Don't follow a dirty rabbit. Be careful. And stuff. Follow the white rabbit, that little heart. That's the point. Okay? But yes, you see this rainbow. And there might be a pot of gold. Maybe there's not. Maybe it's just about the journey, not the destination. As a matter of fact, sometimes that leprechaun is like, the luck of, the leprechauns, we got the gold, but we led you here. That's the point. That's the fucking gold. Not necessarily what you thought, the gold. Where is that? It's teaching something deeper. Okay? Because still, like I said, Dorothy, there's no place like home. Whoop, don't leave. What? No, she had fucking shenanigans and adventures. Then she could go back. There's no place like home. Yes. But she still had to kind of go either within a dream, as we know, she wakes up in adventure. The point. There's some magic in, but it can be activated by maybe walking on a land. You can do that. So I feel, this kind of, this celebration over God. I can even step back. I'm kind of feeling empty inside. Where have the good times gone? Maybe because the Three Cups can be the celebration. Maybe it's not mourning the loss. No, it can be of a person. Maybe it's something deeper. A parent, a childhood. Oh, fuck. But then there's, wait a minute. I want to be your friend. Let's play. Two of Cups. Here it comes. Could your twin flame could be activated in another partner? Or what about something deeper on the inside? Let's go do shenanigans. Sometimes that breaking heart, I feel empty, I miss something, is saying, let's bounce back. Why is the rainbow going behind you? Do you remember yourself? What about your inner child? Sometimes there is a you child, like say there's a little girl shenanigans, and then there's a little boy's shenanigans. Let's make mischief. Maybe it's not just, my own inner child. What, bored? But there's, okay, I'm here. Yeah, and I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, what the here he come? Or she, it could be a little girl and a boy. Maybe that's why the anima captured, Maybe it's just somebody who just, let's go fucking do shenanigans. Let's be ridiculous. I'm not saying do bad things, don't get me wrong, but maybe go on an adventure. Maybe it's that, let's get on that car ride and let's, go across the country and just travel. Instead of, I fucking die. I never, wait till I retire and you're old and you don't fucking do anything, right? Or maybe I had a dream of, and some, kind of hard. Like if I wanted to go to New York to dance, come on. Okay. But obviously, Spirit is like, you need to write. Okay, it's like, well, I know that's cool. Maybe I want you to write about cards, it's like, yeah, that could get fucking interesting. Yeah, I know. And maybe you could support yourself reading cards. I know I could do this. I could write this story. And what's that? There you go. The Merlin in this one. Now the Merlin is the Virgo. I've been in a cave, yes. And, yes. We got, he gets wise. Why is he an older man? Is stuff in a cave, but shining a light. It looks like coming out of the cave. Or could it be some, Merlin, maybe you're in a cave, and he's in a fucking cave going, I'm shining the light. Shine the light, shine the light. And stuff. He's conjuring. And he's going, come on, get up, let's go. And maybe it awakens your inner Merlin, and you're thrown in, and he fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? That's Virgo. Okay, so is it, and is he like, let's do shenanigans? Okay, what's going on? But that little light being, shown, it depends. Your Virgo in a card is sometimes very different. As a matter of fact, light seers, it's a child shining the light in a cave. Both are correct, probably. That there's an old man. Oh, somebody's going to teach that child, and stuff. And they're both in there, and then, and go do things. But yeah, look at that. Once this happens, that's, look at the snow, and it maybe somewhere, maybe have some lessons, and we should know Merlin, with the Irish is like, yeah, we got that. You got to have, a real wizard. We're off to see the wizard. Hey, Colin, we're off to see the wizard, right? But we want a good wizard in the story. We don't want a scumbag wizard. There's a lot of fake wizards, okay? We want a good one. So if you kind of follow your heart, they'll lead you to the right wizard. At least for you. He's not always what you think they are, okay? But it's, and then, here they come. And, I'm coming. And yeah, and that's, a lady. Sometimes it's a lady and sometimes it's a guy on that Knight of Shields. And I guess let me kind of show you guys. It's like, let's get down to business. Okay, so see, let's break it down so you see what I'm saying. See, when you kind of go to the land of the Irish, there's cool lessons I could teach you. So we got this kind of morning, this, I don't, it could be future, whatever, it don't matter. Okay, but it's here. It's the first card. What's the first card I drew. Ah, man, where have the good times gone? A soulless job. I hate this. My wife left me. Or maybe my boyfriend. Whatever. Somebody is mourning the loss of something maybe deeper. What is this all there is? And then somewhere. Oh, is this him? Whoop! Here come the light. Kind of reminded. I want you to look back. Remember yourself. Why is it behind him? Why is it behind him and not in front of him? Don't you remember? Don't you remember? Remember the time, huh? Don't you remember? See, it's behind him. Why? Now, I want to show you something. Let's go back. Here comes the lesson. Yeah, I do this, and this, sometimes you realize, sometimes, the inner, goes, come on. He said, look behind you. Oh, there is sometimes that looking back is okay, especially, the Celts. What is that? That's Celtic salt. Okay, here comes, I sometimes I just go with the flow. I know this could be a protector. The salt of the earth, the salt. Now, here it comes, and everybody says, don't look back. Because when you do, what happens? Okay, so we got Sodom and Gomorrah. I know it gets talked a lot about. I'm going to get to the real reason it got torched, okay? But we got Lot and his wife, and she's, don't look back. Everybody says, don't look back. She turns to salt. It's actually a good thing. We hear this, salt of the earth. There's roots in that. Okay? Spirit knows you're going to look back. That's, there's some things you, for one thing, say you got your escape. Here we go. You got your escape plan. You got a way out of this. The angels have come and, it's all bad. Here we go. Here we go, right? The rapture. It's all right there. Okay, so supposedly it's all disgusting, Sodom and Gomorrah. Is it really? Is that really why the angels kind of come down on it? You've been told a lot of shenanigans. Break it down. Break it down. There's something here, deeper. Now, everybody can, I know when the preachers can come fight, but listen, for real. If you go to scriptures, and I'm not even going to scripture pull it, you go read yourself. Okay, there's some different stuff. It's one thing I just want to say. Of course, Spirit would be in agreement, even that, in that beautiful holy, that, let's say, we want to be respectful of the body, okay? But it has nothing to do with the partner. Love is love. I don't, you want to leave my channel? Go for it. That's not the issue. The main issue it got torched is what? There is a thing in the system, and it's definitely wedged in because, this is God's, worlds over squirrels. those were angels that walked in. Now, there's some stuff that's kind of wrong, and maybe it's part of the reason it got a little funky, okay? Because I've always had a problem with this. But some angels walked in, so we got, Lot and his wife. Okay, we got Lot and his wife. And, he somehow senses these are angels. You better let them in, and you better show them some hospitality and stuff like that. But some come into the door. Hey, I want you to pretend this is the story of the World Wide Web. Okay, they come into the door, they're knocking, and they're like, we want those angels. We want to have sex with them. Okay, all right. So some of y'all, you never know who might just be a visitor. Not that they even knew that necessarily the angel maybe wanted to do disgusting things. And those angels, we don't mess around with those. And that's, but then there's another little bit of shenanigans that Lot even is like, oh, no, don't mess with the angels. Here, I'll throw you my daughters. Now that's bad too. And I guess the angels, when it comes down to that, bleh, it's all disgusting. And for whatever reason, get out of here. Because it's so bad. You're going to throw your daughters. Okay, So let's say this. Let me step back. Why am I screaming to get your kids off TikTok? Why am I screaming, get your kids off TikTok? You know it's disgusting. You know it's a dirty swamp. Why are you letting them play in it? There are angels, I promise you, all over. All you get, just, that even, maybe somebody sent a fucking dick pic to an angel and they don't even know it, and and they want to, and and so, just throw out my daughters. You'll be, you're scared of the angels, but yeah, my daughters, just let, TikTok. And the angels were like, all right, get out of here, and everything. It's getting disgusting. You know what I'm saying? To the point where letting them on TikTok and this and, you're worried about the holy, and then the holy you send it to TikTok. The angels will be fine. They can take care of themselves. What about those fucking kids? Shit, you're going, you're worried, what's holy? Yeah, kids. You're not paying attention, but you're all into scripture battles and all this stuff. And the angels, let's torch it all. And then throw the kids out, go run. Maybe you got to escape, right? Oh, did you have an escape? And it's all disgusting, right? But it's not about gays or this, that, or anything like that. It's all about the judgment. It gets real disgusting. It's other things. It's the lack of hospitality, the lack of the sacred. Hey, because, fucking Lot. I mean, just give him my dog. What about yourself? And shape up and stop, and do something. So you run in and, he got the don't look back. And then she does, the salt. Now what's Lot? What's he got? What's Lot got? He hasn't got a lot. He's got a whole lot of nothing. He's got a whole lot of nothing. Where's his daughters? Where's his wife? Salt of the earth. Salt of the earth. Salt is sacred. It's a staple on everybody's table. Everybody's table. Everybody's table around the world. It is important. It can be a great protector, believe it or not, as well. Magic. The angels go, It didn't have to do. It didn't have to do with what they all fighting about. Everybody got ridiculous. They were turning on each other, getting disgusting, and this, that. I see there were angels that slipped in, and somehow, Lot's like, yeah, let me let them in. Let me treat them special. But give them a daughters. Shit. Yeah, that's where you messed up, because yes, we want to be respectful, because you never know if an angel is testing you. But an angel also, let's put it this way, we know, and I know I'm gonna hit you with it. Shanquella, obviously, and then we also Breonna Taylor, those are daughters. Okay, those are daughters, and that daughter, I did you're not touching that. I have little sacred stuff to protect. And even went to the, no, you won't. I just want you to know, you touch it, I'm going to shut it all off, and I won't even talk, defend you, nothing. And I know, am I going to do, yes, yes. Yeah, we don't touch, that's sacred. I know. Will I close a book? Would no. I'd burn all these cards and books if you touch that. I'm done. And I'm going to be arrogant. It's not really arrogance. I'm that. But you know what? I bet you the angel wants me to say, oh, she recognizes what's more holy than even books, cards, or whatever in this. That will stand up to God. I might say, don't. I might be a part. No. Even to the point, no, I'm not trying to be rude here, but we don't touch that. And then if you understand that, why do you think the angels Lot kind of did the opposite, right? And of course, Lot's wife is going to look back, oh God, my kids, my this, my that. That's what the goddess also does. Oh, the kids, I don't want that to happen. The salt of the earth. She looks back. She wants to be a part. She wants to be something on every table. There's a whole lot about salt in myths all over the world, including India. Gandhi. He does that salt march. He did a salt march. Roots, the British. They wanted it illegal just to go do this salt march. They tried to stop. Salt! Make it illegal for them to go make salt of the... Oh, you're fucking ridiculous. Look up salt. Salt of the earth. Okay, the sacred. Salt is very sacred on many tables, and especially to Gandhi, and especially in that culture. And even in the Bible, there is, all right, Spirit said, let's do it. Because you think, oh, salt, you love salt. You like salt on your fries. Let's see, scriptures in Bible. And we know. So she was actually, the mother's going to look back because it's sacred. Maybe a father job about thinking of himself, but the one who looks back, that's the sacred. Those are my kids. And even look back on childhood. And realize something's wrong with this whole story. Here we go. This is Leviticus and Ezekiel. Okay. Illustrate the requirement of salt as part of ancient Hebrew religious sacrifices. And every offering of grain you offer, you shall season with salt. You shall not allow the salt of the covenant of your God to be lacking from your grain offering. So even, and there's a whole Wikipedia. Please look up salt in the Bible. How it's sacred. It's sacred in Israel, is part of that. Widely, symbol of sacred sign in ancient Israel, there's so much. Salt is very sacred. Here's one. As for nativity, on the day you were born, your navel cord was not cut, nor were you washed in water to cleanse you. You were not rubbed with salt or wrapped in swaddling cloths. You didn't need salt to purify you. Maybe that's what it is. And salt in light passages of the Sermon on the Mount. Okay, the salt of the earth. Matthew 5:13 refers to his disciples as the salt of the earth, the light of the world. So the disciples even are the salt of the earth. So Lot's wife turned to salt. And then the disciples are the salt of the earth, which are also connected to the light of the world, salt. And now you see why it can be a protector also, And you can also see why looking back can connect. Now, do you look at the story of, Lot's wife? Was she being dumb? And it was a punishment. She's sacrificing something, is it? Looking back and looking at that's fucking hot. And maybe there's, her daughters are in there. Oh, you forget. Some people, isn't there some daughters in this story? Isn't there, what is this sacrifice we're doing? And the angels, it's like, why are they trying to teach a lesson? It's not about, some of you want to talk about this, it's deeper. And maybe it's not that. Maybe it's that it got so crazy and out of hand that Lot was like, nah, don't mess with the angels, take those. You know, that holy, it's like you think the angels can't take care of themselves if somebody mess around? That's why they took it out. You're sacrificing your daughters. This is why a lot of things, it's all bad, but Shanquella and certain, and Brianna, damn, too, salt of the earth. The sacred, you know. And this is why things are getting weirder and weirder. You know, the more people forget what is sacred. A book, there are people, let me just say it real quick, that have, kicked their kids out of the home because the Bible said. Or made them feel sinful because you desecrate the sacred when you say things like that. The salt of the earth is in your home, not in that damn book. And I'm going to say damn book if you look at that as more important than the flesh and blood that God gifted you. That's when the angels come and go, what have you been thinking? Did Jesus read from a book or did he speak from the heart? Speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. Did he write? No, he spoke from the heart. Hence, and I know, they want to write down, what, he's saying some good stuff, just like I want to write, maybe, and hopefully say some good stuff. But I don't want you to think ever that the book is more important than not only the heart, but, what comes from the mouth to your child. And what, some things sacrificing are one thing, like your own frickin' ego and your ignorance. And so you can see through a glass darkly, oh God, I hope so. Remember yourself, when you were, a pretty good person and you weren't a fucking brick in the wall. Okay, and now, baby, when you look back and see why Salt's wife went, and turned to salt. She was witnessing the sacred burning. And then if we could learn the lesson, rose up, the salt of the earth, to go, God, come on. You're not learning. This, which is on every frickin' table in the world, offered in many ways. It's got that, certain flavor. It can do things. It can also purify, okay? And magic and protect. A mother wants to protect. There's a lot. So don't forget what's sacred. And sometimes when shift, now look. Those angels could have kicked ass. Obviously they did that. Let me get with the daughters. Well, get them off TikTok, and let them run around and not, and especially if you're using a book to put them down. They're going to be an angel. This, you don't want to be, because what happened when it all burned down? There's Lot all by himself going, what just happened? And it gets very quiet. My wife, my kids, and all he's got is a pile of fucking salt. That's a lot, isn't it? A lot of lessons that you all need to learn quick, okay? And so, I like to use art, culture, roots important, deeper lessons, myths, even the Bible, go a little deeper. What's really being said, okay? What you wasting time with? What are you seeing? Look at the colors in that. Isn't that beautiful? People having a good time, enjoying some sacred, that looks like fun. Stop being a church out here about how sinful. That looks like beauty and fun. I want to do that more than I want to fucking sit there in a church. I'm just sorry. That is beautiful. That is sacred. That is a sacred holiday. And maybe, let's enjoy and celebrate, and not be like, where have the good times gone? India knows how to rock it with the colors. Okay, that's why people, why do you think everybody's, shit, they got some interesting stuff over there. Maybe, and obviously around us, they got some pretty tough mirrors over there. And I'm not saying, it's the perfect place. But, and I know people say, but they got so many guys. They got, great. Well, there's somebody dreaming. And, this earth has got a lot of places to go and a lot of stories to tell. And maybe, investigate your roots. Maybe you should do a 23B. Fantastic. And maybe check out the lands and the culture and the mythology. And it could take you to a magical place you did not know. But it's really not only venturing to a land, take you to an inner core you did not know existed. That was magic. And that is the point and the message. This Where of the Good Times gone. This is the fucking Matrix. And somewhere over the rainbow, something speaking to you. Do look behind. Because there's maybe a child that wants to play with you. Somewhere in there, let's do fucking shenanigans. Life is short. It's all in all of the scriptures all over the world. A child shall lead them. Be like a child. Love, 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 love. That's what they do. Not sit there and I'll give you my fucking daughters. What did Lot have when everything burnt down? Nothing. Did he have a lot? No, he had nothing. He really fucking didn't. He had a lot when, if he could have dealt with some things and he could have recognized, angels are at the door. Yeah, sure, bring them in. But when some garbage comes knock in, Lot turns into fucking Rocky and goes, step back, get the fuck out of here. This is my family and I got angels, get the fuck out. And you stop mind your business, slam the door. How fucking hard is that? Listen, angels, let's talk, and I'd like to hear about your stories. These are my daughters. Have a good time. Okay? Don't worry about, those assholes that have to figure it out. Maybe you'll deal with them. But, these are important. And no matter what you're going to do out there, please spare them. Yeah. Like, the sacred. That was the sacred. And that's why Lot's wife turned around and said, fuck you. I'm turned salt of the earth. And he's by himself. Okay? Fucking lesson learned. Now, as I say that, I will leave you there. Know your roots. Please know yourself. And look to some of the magic of being a child. Go watch a Disney movie. And stuff, or something like that. What's your favorite Disney movie? Don't believe these people are saying Disney is... I know Disney had to grow up a little bit on some things, but stop with this, Disney bad. They just don't want you to look at it. They don't want you to go back to being a child, because believe it or not, that's where your power is. Because if you do that, when it teaches some cool stuff about getting along and having friends, just like, the father of my kids and his friend Sean doing shenanigans in wheelchairs, that's fucking fun. It's a lot better than, being on a freaking Twitter, engaging the Matrix, hating on everybody else, hating your fucking life. Go have some fun. Have a good one, guys.